On today's show, this is part 1 of our plumbing cost guide in Houston.
Who told you we're plumbers? We're plumbers!
I'm Richard Sod.
I'm John Eccles. Back again. Man, Richard, of all the questions we get from our customers, right, whether it's on the phone or in the field, how much is this going to cost me is easily the number one that we hear the most.
We get a lot of phone calls on that.
Oh, absolutely.
How much is this? How much is that?
Absolutely.
Right? That's number one.
Hey, and the second most common question is probably, is there any kind of plumbing cost guide for the work that you do that I can look at? You know,
Right.
They want to know kind of up to speed before we get out there.
That's exactly right. Now, I will say on our website, we do have averages, you guys. So you can always go to our website, and not every single job in the plumbing industry is going to be in there, but we've got a lot.
Yeah, and you know, that's what I was going to say next, is that in the plumbing industry, there's so many variables that come into play when you're pricing a job. It makes it impossible to lock in a fixed plumbing cost for every single particular job.
I agree. And any company that gives you a locked-in cost over the phone, you need to be skeptical.
Yeah.
They haven't seen it. They don't know what it's about. And every house is different.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Every house is not the same.
Well, you know, for example, replacing the sewer pipe that runs from your house out to the city main line, right, might only cost $6,000 by itself, but you start factoring in the cost of excavation, where are we digging up, is there concrete, a patio, a driveway, landscaping, there's all these different things that might need to be removed and replaced. All of a sudden, $6,000 sewer line becomes a $10,000, $20,000 emergency.
That's exactly right. What people fail to mention a lot of times over the phone is they will tell us, hey, how much does this cost? And they leave out about 10 other things that were important to that question.
Yeah.
To be able to base a decision on cost.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important that we send somebody out there and we can take a look at it.
Yeah. And, you know, week after week, usually on this show, we try to inform you about ways to avoid the pitfalls of high plumbing cost repairs, you know, by doing proper maintenance and stuff of that nature. Now, today, we're going to try to prepare you for the realities of plumbing repair cost.
That's exactly right. Obviously, we don't have enough time on a single show to list every price, like we said a few minutes ago, of every service that any plumbing company offers, right? But some of the most common jobs we do will give you a range of what to expect should you need plumbing services.
Absolutely.
Right?
Let's start with a particular pricey project for our first example that a lot of people are getting done, whole house repiping.
That's a big one.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
a costly one.
Absolutely. You know, and as the term suggests, whole house repiping involves replacing all of the water pipes that make up your entire water plumbing system, right? When we do this, we're going to go into your home, we're going to expose all of the plumbing that we need to get in there so that way we can make a good cut into your system to remove old piping, to get new piping in, which is a lot of demo.
Maybe, though.
Yeah, sometimes we keep it minimum. Obviously, we're not trying to Swiss cheese your house. We keep it minimum as possible.
I like that, Swiss cheese.
Yeah, we keep it as minimum as possible so it's not a big old, you know, heartache for you. But all that old piping, you know, that's in the structure has to be removed where possible or bypassed if we can, if it's going to cause more damage to remove it.
Why would I want to tear apart my whole house, right, to rip out all the plumbing and replace it?
Right.
Right? Why would I want to do that?
Well, especially if you're thinking that the plumbing works just fine. So that's a great question, but the fact that your plumbing is working just fine right now, the best time to get a whole house repipe is before it actually fails. Because once it fails, we're talking about a flood in your home that could be releasing thousands of gallons of water into the interior of your home, and that's what we don't want.
So what you're saying is if I have galvanized piping, which that's the #1 pipe to fail, right? That over time it is going to fail.
Yep.
And I'm going to have problems.
Absolutely.
And no question.
You know, we're asking our customers to be a little bit, and not everybody does it, but you want to be proactive, not reactive.
Mm-hmm. What, I don't want my house to flood?
No.
So if you're in a home that was built prior to 1970, you have galvanized pipe.
Yeah.
You know, your supply and your drain system.
Yeah.
And your drain also has cast irons. Right? But the galvanized pipes make it a greater chance of that house flooding.
Absolutely.
Right? And creating some major damage. In fact, my parents' house, and I tell people, I give them 2 leaks. So 1 leak, okay. 2nd leak, you get a whole new system.
Yeah.
You know, it's a ticking time bomb from there.
Absolutely.
So what it does is it corrodes, the coating comes off in the middle, and it actually exposes that steel pipe.
Right.
And that's what creates the failure over time.
You know, even if you've had interim work done to replace section of the pipe, a whole house repipe will return your home's plumbing to brand new condition. I mean, you're talking about taking out and ripping out the entire old system, regardless if it's patched or not, and putting all new. So that supply system is new. Now, the starting cost for a basic whole house repipe, depending on size of home, again, these are things where there's several variables that come into play regarding it, but they range from probably $4,500 up to, depending on the size of the house, the material they use, and the variables, can get in the 20s easily. You know, and I'm sure that there's houses out there that could probably be more. You know,
depends how many bathrooms.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Depends on square footage.
Yep.
Depends on access.
Yeah.
Those are all things you guys need to think about. So there is no way to give you a cost on this over the phone. You must have somebody come out and look at it.
Yeah. You know.
And we actually get those questions, you guys, from people. How much does this cost over the phone?
Oh yeah.
You know, and there needs to be a level of understanding. There's so much more that goes behind the scenes and in the scenes to be able to put a cost structure to that together.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you say you have a 2-bath house, you know, a 2-bath house where they're back-to-back versus one where they're separated across the house.
That's right.
That's a totally different situation.
That's right. Or if you've got 2 bathrooms downstairs, 3 bathrooms upstairs, half bath over here, 2 laundries. I mean, those all impact the cost.
Absolutely.
Right? So any plumbing that's located behind the walls and in ceilings will result in the cost structure on the repiping of the job.
Yeah.
And we have to look at that to see.
You know, if there's any leaks that are hiding behind the walls or ceiling, you're definitely going to have to repair any wood that might have been damaged if depending on how long it's leaked and stuff. And guess what? That also adds to the cost. You know, all those different things. And again, if you've never had to deal with it, you might not know, you know, or you might not expect. But, you know, along with being costly, it's somewhat lengthy, right? It's messy, and it's expensive. But the one true upside is that you only probably have to do it once in your lifetime as long as you own that particular home.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But let's go one step further. That home will probably never have to be upgraded from the water supply, in other words. You can move, but the new owner will get the benefit.
Absolutely.
You'll never have to do it.
That's right.
Unless it was done wrong.
That's correct.
If it was done wrong, that makes a difference, of course.
Yeah.
And we see that.
Oh, yeah. Improper install is a big part of our business.
Will cause a premature failure of your new piping structure.
Absolutely.
You know, so I see it mostly in copper. Guys not reaming pipe properly.
Right.
They're not sweating pipe properly, not putting it together properly. This new PEX stuff makes it kind of dummy-proof.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. But I've still seen mess-ups.
Yeah, I've still seen some mess-ups.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'd like to say the most difficult whole house repiping job with copper, or actually is with copper.
Yeah.
But it's also the best material. What is it? What do I like to say about copper?
Man, I'm going to say it wrong. I know that antibacterial.
Antibacterial.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's the only material that we have left that's antibacterial.
We had a customer actually call about an estimate for repipe, and he was aware of that, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, he wanted copper.
Yeah.
He requested it.
He wasn't sold on the PEX quite yet, and so he was requesting copper.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So the pricing structure is all going to depend on what material that you pick out,
Yeah.
and access, how many bathrooms, square footage. I hope we're getting the message across. There's no way to give you a cost structure on this on the phone.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, again, the plumbing price guide that we have on our website and the answers that you're going to get from us will be very vague, and we'll definitely want to come out to your house and see it. You know, firm pricing is the way we want to do it. That's why we offer it for free. We come out for free.
That's exactly right. That's right. Free. You said free.
Yeah.
We come out for free.
That's it.
So take advantage of that.
The second task that we want to give you a cost, a plumbing cost estimate for is going to be your replacement of your sewer line.
Yeah.
Another big ticket item.
But wait, you just repiped my whole house.
Yeah, we did, but that has nothing to do with your sewer line, right?
Oh.
So your water repiping system is what takes potable water from the city to your fixture.
Right.
The sewer line is, after it turns into gray water, non-potable, takes it from your house back out to the city.
I just learned something today. That's how it works?
That's how it works.
So water comes in and goes through these things, and then it hits whatever, and it goes out to the city.
That's right.
Wow.
But again, this is when we're talking about these major jobs, these variables get tricky. So giving a price over the phone is very, very difficult just because there's a lot of variables. What kind of landscaping's in the way? Mm-hmm. Is there any concrete? Is there any roots?
Patio.
Depth of the sewer line. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it that can change that pricing.
How many feet?
Oh, yeah, linear feet's another big one. Are we talking about the part of the sewer line that might be under the slab, right, which is actually called your sewer drain, not your sewer line? Anyway, that's a little technical. Anyhow, those variables tend to change the price a lot.
That's
now,
right.
Ideal situation, it's nothing but soil and a little bit of sod on top, and you're going. But I'm telling you right now, from experience, that doesn't happen a whole heck of a lot. So really, there's not too many sewer jobs that are identical, just like the repiping.
I would say none of them are.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into those. So again, if you call us, we can kind of guide you, and just like our website, guide you and give you some ballparks, but firm estimates are best to have a guy come out and take a look at those.
Absolutely. And for verification.
Yeah, absolutely.
To make sure you even need it.
Yeah.
How many times in the past 3 months have we been behind guys that actually said they need a total sewer line replacement and they did not?
More than
One was like 25 grand,
Yeah.
and we fixed it for $1,000
Yeah,
because he didn't need a whole line replacement.
yeah.
And that happens a lot, you guys. It's helpers helping helpers these days. So that's a problem.
Yeah, so you want to that's another reason why we like to verify. We want to make sure what we're saying is accurate and you need what needs to be done.
That's exactly right. So the third plumbing job we want to give you a little pricing info about is Slab Leak Repair. Oh my goodness, Slab Leak Repair. I've already repiped, got a new sewer, now I got a drain problem. I can buy a new house almost for this, John. This is really adding up today. I just want to let you know.
The tickets are adding higher and higher.
That's exactly right. Most of our homes are built on slabs in Houston.
Right.
But we are located in the Heights, which is one of the older parts of Houston. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at Heights, Montrose, Westview, River Oaks. Most homes around us are going to be pier and beam.
Correct.
The further you go out west and south and north, they're going to be on slab.
Correct.
Right?
Or anything that they're tearing down and rebuilding, a lot of times they put slabs.
That's exactly right. Now, still around us, they're not.
Right.
They're still building pier and beam around us.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So what's it going to take to fix my under slab piping?
Well, the first thing is making access is almost impossible without some sort of excavation work, right? To make access there, you're going to have to excavate at some sort, whether it be interior, from exterior going underneath. There's going to be some sort of bust out demo, something like that happen. the easiest way to know that you have a slab leak, right, is obviously you start seeing pooling water somewhere, and that's
shifting.
Shifting. You know, the funny thing is I know that we talked about water repipes and stuff like that, but you can actually have a slab leak could be fresh water or it could be sewer water, right?
That's right.
It could be either or.
Out in Katy, they're running a lot of the high pressure water, domestic, under the slab.
Yeah. So when you're doing that, that's another thing that might be able to give you a tell is when you see that pool of water, does it look like gray water? Does it smell like gray water? Meaning something that has fecal matter in it, right? Or is it fresh water that has no smell, it's clear in color?
You think you got a dirty job.
I know that's right. Hey, it happens. But these slab leaks are a very tricky repair, and they're difficult to determine where the source can come from without digging under the slab and doing some isolation testing. You know, it's very, very technical, and it takes normally a really experienced plumber to do this.
You mean it's not snip, snip, cut,
It's
here,
not
there?
Snip, snip. No, you're not going to get one of those here.
No. I agree.
The repair of the physical leak beneath your slab, though, is going to be the least expensive part of the slab repair, honestly. You know, you're talking about the snip part.
Right.
But the locating,
Figuring it out.
Figuring out, isolating, where's it happening, and then getting to it.
That's right.
That's
the most expensive part.
That is absolutely it. Because you're talking about a piece of your plumbing that is not normally needed or accessed, right? And it's put under there for a reason because we don't, you know, we see it quite often because we're a plumbing company. But as a homeowner, if you lived in 2 houses that have this problem, you're probably really unlucky, right? Wouldn't you say?
Or you're in Meyerland.
That's true. That's true. But again, this is a major fix, right? It's going to incur a lot of cost, a lot of labor goes into these jobs. And
it should be a one-time event in our lifetime.
Should be, absolutely. Again,
done properly, done.
The improper install piece comes back. If you have a company that's maybe not qualified to handle it, then it's gonna.
Or they got helpers helping helpers.
Unqualified to handle it, is what I like to say.
Which most people are helpers helping helpers these days.
But that's why it's very important, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So moving on to the plumbing cost guide list is an item that needs to be replaced every 7 to 12 years. What could that be? What is it, John?
I think.
What are we talking about?
Are you possibly talking about water heaters?
Yes.
So now this is one that
I tell people 10 years. Manufacturers will tell you 12.
Right.
I'm telling you 10. Get rid of it in 10, no matter what. Period.
I'm going to check at 7, be ready for sure, and then at 10, it needs to go.
That's exactly right.
But this is one probably more of our customers are aware of, right? This is something that I think more and more people do.
Yeah.
You know, now this is probably not the most expensive repair or replacement in your plumbing system, but it's something that requires regular attention, regular maintenance, and it's still costly though.
But what I would say, it is the most costly part of the plumbing system on the interior of the home.
Yes.
Unless you go get one of those real fancy Vail Kohler toilets. I'm giving Kohler a shout out today.
Yeah, right.
Right? That's got the bidet.
Oh yeah.
It's like 3 times the cost of a water heater.
Right. But that's the.
But typically in people's homes, water heaters are the most costly item to the plumbing system on the inside.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So now we covered, besides the water piping, we got sewer on the outside, drains underneath, and now we're on to water heaters.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, and this is something, you know, of course you use all of them every day, but it's something that, again, has a bunch of different variables in it, right?
That's right.
So what style water heater do you have? Is it a tank type variety? Is it 40? Is it 70 gallons? Is it 50 gallons? Where's it located?
30 gallons?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. 1-bathroom homes around us, some of them have 30.
Is it located in your kitchen? Is it located in a closet? Is it located in the garage, the attic? I mean,
Is it all up to code?
Yeah, it's endless, the different things.
We have gas regulations that are regulated by the state that we have to abide by.
Absolutely.
We just can't go snip, snip, cut, put in, and not bring everything else up to current regulation. That's putting us in jeopardy big time. So when you're doing a replacement of your water heater, there is a bunch of things to look at. Not just snip, snip, pull this 50-gallon, 40, 30-gallon tank, whatever you've got out, and put a new one.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't even mention, is it electric versus gas? Is it a tankless maybe? I mean, there's hundreds.
That's right.
Hundreds.
And on top of that, there's different BTU loads on water heaters as well.
Absolutely.
So what does that mean, you guys? BTU, I should say BTU requirement or delivery. Actually, delivery is the right word, right?
Right.
So some have, a lot of them are at 38,000 BTUs, and they go up to typically 199,000 BTUs, and that's going to be a commercial unit typically for a kitchen in a restaurant.
Or a tankless.
Or a tankless too will go up to 199, and some go higher.
Yeah.
And some are a little bit lower. But all those items will impact the cost structure. So I would ask you guys, how over the phone are you going to get an accurate price? But we get tons of phone calls. How much is your water heater? Well, okay. What about these 20 other questions that you can't answer for us to be accurate on? That's why we have to get somebody out there, right? For sure.
So. The biggest thing is when you're replacing, a tank type heater, the actual heater and the replacement isn't horribly expensive, but usually running, probably $1,800 to $2,500 or so. Mm-hmm. But when you're talking about all the other variables that go into it, then that changes things. Yeah. Right. We try to steer our customers in a direction of different things, and if the cost of replacing a heater gets so high, we like to at least give the option of the tankless just because of the benefits from it.
That's exactly right.
There's a lot of benefits that come with the tankless heater, and if you're one of those people that haven't had a water heater in a long time and it's going to require a lot of code upgrades and stuff, then a tankless unit not only can save you money through your energy bills and stuff, but their lifespan is forever.
Yeah, north of 20 years is what they say.
Yeah, which is going
to cover. And if you put a softening piece on that house, and you get them maintenance as you're supposed to, I think you get maybe 50 years out of it because it's just component replacements.
Yeah, at that point.
They're just plug and play components. So if a component goes out, you pull it out, put a new component.
Yeah. Not to mention 24-hour-a-day hot water, as much as you can have.
Yes. So anybody that's got that 150-gallon soaking tub, you can stay in there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it will keep you hot and full of hot.
It is nice for the big soaker tubs, especially, we get customers that complain that they run out of water halfway through and stuff like that. Yeah. Those tankless units, where they're more expensive up front, the savings actually comes, the longer you own it, obviously the more you're going to save because of different reasons, energy, the same thing we just talked about. With those pricings, they probably start around $4. Right. And again, they can go as high to 6, 7, depending on more than one unit, how big of a unit,
how many units you have, or how many units that you need.
Yeah, but
how big is the house? How many bathrooms? Again, what are we feeding? What's in the bathrooms? Yeah. A lot of engineering goes into going from a tank to a tankless.
Absolutely.
It's just not snip, snip, put.
No. But that's why we always say at the end of every one of our shows is what? We're here for you. Right? If you need anything, you have questions, concerns, we want to be your knowledge bank. We want to be able to tell you, you need to do this with your sewer line. Hey, hey, I had a company out. Well, did they ask you this? Did you ask them that? Your whole house repiping. Did they offer this? Okay, what are your concerns in the future? Well, then maybe you should think about copper. All those things, we want to work through you and make sure that you're making the best decision for you, your household, your family, your financial situation, whatever that is. That way, you're taken care of.
Ask as many questions, and we are here to answer them. Whether you use us or not, we will continue to preach that. You use us or not, we are going to answer the questions. We are going to help you. Give us a call.